Hey everybody, I'll get out of the sun so you can see me a little bit better. I'm gonna do a walk around on my Caterpillar 212 grader. Just thought I would do a video up. I haven't done a video here for a week or so. I want to try and keep my YouTube going, so we're gonna do a walk around on my Caterpillar grader. It's a fuel load rig. 1955 Caterpillar 212 motor grader with a diesel engine in it. This is the smallest grader the Caterpillar ever produced at the time. It's got the same engine as a D2, but I got some pretty big plans for this thing. I want to do a full off restoration on it. Graders are pretty close and dear to my heart, just with what I do for a living. I deal with a lot of motor graders, so I kind of want to get this one tuned up, make her all shiny like new, give it a paint job, go through everything, and have a representation of an old grader that we can use at trade shows and things like that, because I work for the cat dealers. So yeah, it's this one's actually got 1224 rubber on it, and it needs tires in the worst way, so I gotta find some skins for it. If you know anywhere that has 1224s, or you've got a decent new old stock set or something, shoot me a message. I'd appreciate it. Got to get some skins under this thing for sure. They get pretty bald and spinny. The other only thing, this is a running grader. It fires up, runs great. However, I can't steer the damn thing because underneath this box here, underneath here is the steering box, and I'll just show you the bucket of parts in the cab here. Oh, they're getting all wet. That's awesome. But so this is what's left of the worm gear. It got chewed up, beat up, so it would only steer one way. So I need a steering box for a 212 Caterpillar motor grader. So if you got a wrecked one sitting around, or you know of a wrecked one sitting around, I would absolutely love it if you gave me a message, and we could maybe make a deal or sort something out to get a steering box for my grader, so that I could at least drive it around, play with it a little bit until I get it in a shop where I can start tearing this thing down piece by piece and get her to the frame and redo everything. But yeah, these are pretty simple old graders. This bar here, that's where the scarifier would have ran through as a pivot point if it had a scarifier, and then this block up top here, this is where the scarifier would have mounted, so you had a mid-mount scarifier on it. Everything's all mechanical on this thing. There's no hydraulics on it at all. Circle clutch or circle drive is in there, and everything is all drive shaft operated on this old gal. So because my steering isn't working right now, this is all disconnected for the time being, so that we just pick up the front end and move it around the yard as we have to. Serial number on this thing is a 9T4665, and again, from what I can find out, she's a 1955 grader. She's done some work in her day though. There's a fish plate here, scabbed on it, one on each side, on the top of the drawbar here. So somebody's done some welding on her just to strengthen it up. The other big one is this plate right here. That's an add-on piece there. So this must have cracked where the mold board attaches to the circle at one point. You can see some pretty heavy weld there. So when I go through this thing, I'll clean all that up. I'll make this look a little prettier, just so that it matches the other side a little bit better. It's nothing crazy. It's just cosmetic more than anything. Yeah, nothing too, it's pretty simple grader. They're small, they're light. They don't have a whole lot of power, but for just a hobby guy like myself, it's a fun little grader. It does have the hydraulic steering assist on it as well. Again, I can't steer the thing right now anyway, so it doesn't do a whole lot of of good, but it hasn't when things get going, so it's just driven off of a, you can see in there or not, it's driven off of a belt, and that's what powers the pump to give you some steering assist. You can see though when I got this thing, it was painted this new Caterpillar yellow, and when I did some of the washing, you can see the old Caterpillar yellow poking through. So when I do this thing, when I do go through it all, it is going to get the proper yellow painted on it with all the period correct decals, because these are not period correct for 1955, nor is the Pac-Man logo that's on it right now. That's all you know, 20 years later before that stuff came into be. So so I'll go through all that. I'll make sure that's right. You know, the lights, it'll get new lights all the way around, wipers. I plan to put tinted glass in it just to try and keep the cab a little bit cooler, but we'll see what happens. It'll be a long project once I tie into it, just because this stuff gets expensive when you start playing with it. I'm gonna need to do a seat, but underneath the seat is where you fill the diesel fuel. See if I can get up here. Oh, with one hand. There's where you fill the diesel fuel. These old fuel caps are pretty cool. Buy clean fuel, keep it clean. You know, you never see that in today's day and age. Fueling up in the cab, it just wouldn't happen. But you know, in the cab here, under here is where the 6-volt battery would be for the pony engine, for the 6-volt starter there. I think there's a battery in it actually. Let's have a look. Yep, there is still a battery in it. I know it's deader than a doorknob though. Got the old gauge cluster box there with the throttle linkage control. So this is your throttle linkage here. You got water temp, amp gauge, oil pressure, and a light here. Not sure what this switch was for. I assume it was for some lights or something at one point when everything worked. We got the shift pattern up top here for the transmission. A couple switches here, probably heater, more lights perhaps, not entirely sure. But operator control wise, you know, these were pretty simple. This one here, raise and lower the left side of the blade. This guy here would raise and lower the lower side of the blade. I gotta remember here which one. This one is circle, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this one's circle drive. It's been so long since I ran this thing. This one here is your circle drive. This guy here is for your wheel lean, and then this one here is to shift your moldboard, the saddle, left and right to get your blade stuck out one way or the other. Nice big heater in this thing. So in the winter time, again up here in Saskatchewan we get some pretty cold winters, so it's got a dual fan heater. I will get that functional again when I do the restoration on it. All this wiring I did gone through. There is a high beam, low beam switch as well. I don't know if I can read this tag here or not. What do we got here? Bergstrom Manufacturing Company, Rockford, Illinois. There you have it. That's the manufacturer of the heater from Illinois. Not surprised that Caterpillar used a manufacturer from Illinois, considering that that's where headquarters were, in Peoria. I'm going to climb out of here. If I can do it with one hand again. Oh, yep. So this shifter here, that was here, or that is the transmission gear selector, brake pedal, clutch pedal, and your handbrake. Kind of cool here. This old lubrication chart is sort of remnant. I'll make sure that gets replaced when I go through the grader. On the inside of the cab, and I would look forward to your comments on this. I'm considering painting it desert tan, kind of like, you know, a G series grader, just to maybe make it feel a little more comfortable. I don't know. I might go yellow too. I haven't decided. But let me know in the comments what you think about like the desert tan interior color. We'll see what happens. It's not a decision I'm completely glued to, but let me know. Moving along here, the doors actually are in really good shape on this thing. You know, I've seen a lot out there that get pretty rusted out in the bottom here, but these ones so far are holding together pretty well. A little bit of a dent here, but overall doors are pretty solid, so I won't have to look for doors. The glass on both sides is good on this door. Like I say, I'm thinking of doing tinted glass anyway, just to make this thing a little cooler when you're running it in the summertime. Kind of cool how they use these old big flat drive screws for attaching the top half of the cab to the open operator platform skin. Looking at the engine, so this is a D311, same engine as my D2. If you're not familiar with my D2, there is a video, the last video I posted, or sorry, 2 videos ago. It was just a bunch of me playing on my D2, so if you want to see my D2, check out I'll leave a link below. You can watch that video if you so choose. But nice big tall air cleaner inlet on this. That was pretty common in this country for guys doing snow plowing, to keep that swirling snow from getting into the air cleaner and plugging things off. Getting it up high like that kind of kept it out of that swirling snow and kept the air filter from freezing up. But looks like a really nice tag left under here for the Donaldson air cleaner, so I'll definitely make sure I salvage that for the instructions on how to service that oil bath air cleaner. Like I say, the pony engine on this guy is it's seized up. I do have to go through the pony, so anytime that we want to start it right now, it is a pull start situation, but it does fire up right away. It's this is a good running little diesel engine. Yeah, like I say, same engine as the D2, a little more horsepower jump though for the graders. I want to say it's like around 20 horsepower. A D2 is 38, and this is somewhere around the range of 52, I think. I'm sure somebody will comment below if I'm out to lunch on that, but I think I'm pretty close on it. Little toolbox here at the back. It's kind of seized in this position right now. Keep a chain on it just for, like I say, we got to pull start it sometimes depending on where it is in the yard. It's to pull it backwards or to pull it ahead to get her going. Tandem drives. This does have brakes on the rear wheels, so the brake lines and everything are still here. I'll probably manufacture some sort of a flat guard to go over top of those, so that when you're standing on the tandem drive housing, you're not gonna, you know, do this kind of thing to the brake lines where these are all dented and kinked off. I'll just do everything I can to protect those once I do the overview on this thing. Some breathers here. That'll be gone through. What else? Oh, look at this, Rick Bork. Somebody left me a little present. I'm gonna have to drink that. I know you will appreciate this. Kevin. Down beer tastes good on a hot day like today. Anyway, we'll keep touring around here. I got a beverage now. So yeah, again, 311. The fuel gauge and everything works. It doesn't need new glass, but the gauge works. It's got great fuel pressure. If we look under the little hour meter tag here, if you guys can read it or not, but 9980 is what that, I apologize. It's not an hour meter, it's a service meter. So that's what it shows on the service meter. You can't see it on the tag here, but the serial number tag does match the front, 9T4665. So it's a numbers matching grader as far as engine and frame go. So that's what it came with out of the factory, which is awesome, because like I say, with the full restoration on this, it'll be cool to have a numbers matching tractor. Again, 10 or 1200 24 tires on the back and on the front. So I gotta try and find a set of tires. Here's another look at that heater. One of the fans is missing, but that would be easy to find and replace, I'm sure. It's just an electric fan, so I get the dual fans in there. I'm sure that heater will more than cook you out of that cab once things are hot and running. What else can I tell you about this thing? Yeah, I don't know. This is my 212, and this will be the first machine that I own that I really want to do a full-on Squatch 253 style restoration on. Definitely give him a check. Go check out his videos. He does some really quality stuff with Caterpillar tractors. Not just Caterpillar stuff though. They got Farmall stuff around there. Some Minneapolis Moline stuff. Just a solid guy. Does some really good YouTube videos. Let's go check him out. The other fella I referenced, Rick Bork. That was where the Kevin cheers came from. Another solid dude. Really enjoy watching his videos. He's just a normal guy doing his thing, standing in the sun, doing his thing on his channel, just hanging out, you know, working every day and going home and dealing with cattle and just being a farmer. So head over and check out Rick Bork and Squatch 253. Both great channels. Enjoy watching those guys. Hope you liked my little walk around video on my 212. Hope it wasn't too boring. Try to keep things coming here for you guys. Weekly, I guess. I'll try and do weekly. Do a full-time job at the cat dealer. That takes me all over the place. So I call an application specialist, so I tour around doing deliveries and demos for new cat equipment. So I don't get enough of it every day at work. I hang out and do it with my old stuff as well. Guess I bleed yellow, as you could say. Anyway, I'm yammering on here about absolutely nothing, so I'm going to sign off with a nice cold beer in my hand and a little bit of I see the Saskatchewan flag flying here in the wind. Looks kind of pretty. Looks like a nice way to sign off on the video. So I'm gonna give a little shot of that. Maybe do like a fancy fade out or something. Make this thing all artsy like. And I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers. So when I was doing my walk around on my grader, I forgot to give you guys the backstory on it, how I came to be in possession of it. So a couple years ago, there was a farm auction came up here in Saskatchewan, and there was this little 212 grader. Had a look at the auction bill, decided it was worth checking out. Got to the sale super early in the morning. That was the only thing I was there to get. It's the only thing I was interested in. Went, checked it out. They had it running when I got there, so did all the functional tests and checks, and everything pretty well checked out. So I went and got a bidding number and proceeded to hang out and wait till they got there. I didn't stray very far away from the grader, and these couple farm boys walked up, and I could overhear them talking. They were doing the same thing, doing their look around at it, figuring out what was going on, and I heard one of them say, "Yeah, this would be a real good grader to get back home and cut apart and turn into a pull grader, a hydraulic pull grader." So the budget that I had in my mind to buy that grader that day just went way up, because I wasn't about to let somebody take this thing and cut it up and lose a really good solid 212 grader. So auctioneer got to the grader, bidding away. It's just me and this other guy. We're the only two guys interested. We're going back and forth, $500 at a time, up, 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 away we go. And we get to the end, and I'm on, and the auctioneer does the going once, going twice, 3 times, and he gets sole out of his mouth, and the other guy bids again, another $500. So I look up at the auctioneer and I'm like, oh, come on, you had the hammer down here on 3, you said sole, like it should be mine. And so he's like, nope, he got his bid in before I had the full words sold out of my mouth. So he made me a deal. He said to the crowd, he said, if you go again, it's yours. I won't even give it a chance to go another hit. So I did. I threw my hand up, and he dropped the hammer right away. So I ended up with the 212. But like I say, I way overpaid for what I originally wanted to have for a budget, but saved one from the cut and torch and the MacGyvering that farmers can sometimes do to this stuff. So nothing against farmers, they got to do what they got to do, but there's a lot of other options out there instead of cutting up one of these rare cat graders. So that's how I came to be of it. Auction sale, got into a fight to save it. So